My little cousin confidently declared that Mother Nature had a counterpart named Daddy Electric, and I feel like this concept needs to be explored. While making dinner tonight, I very fleetingly, but very seriously, legitimately thought I should watch Gorchov tonight. And then I remembered that it no longer has poop. I'm not paying for poop. They don't even have Gorchov. Debating silently showing this to one of the flight attendants while boarding. I will look at the flight attendant during snack time so they know I'm awake and would like a cookie. Showed this to the flight attendant and he gave me my cookies, and he laughed so hard he took my phone to show it to the other flight attendant. It's important to note, I've literally had this on my phone for months waiting for a flight. Perhaps as a general rule of thumb, you should try to live your life in such a way that the whole world doesn't immediately start celebrating like the Ewoks at the end of Star Wars when you get brutally murdered on live TV. When a man comes to die, no matter what his talents and influence and genius, if he dies unloved, his life must be a failure to him, and his dying a cold horror. We should remember our dying and try to live so that our death brings no pleasure to the world. East of Eden, John Steinbeck. Annoying news aside, I do love it when something happens and everyone logs the frick on. It's like the NASA Control Center, but for posting. Absolutely favorite part of being on social media. You know that John Mulaney quote, "The things crazy people say mean nothing to them, but everything to me"? Every time I hear that quote, I think about how I got this light-up pen. I got this pen 4 years ago when I was working as a barista at Starbucks. I was on the register and taking the order of this woman who ordered a non-fat latte because she was watching her weight. So the guy behind her, whom no one was talking to for some frickin' reason, says, "Watching your weight? But what about wait for your watch?" Which is completely unhinged response, like just complete Mad Hatter nonsense. Anyway, this lady gets really uncomfortable, and of the 5 people, me, him, her, the other checker, and the customer at the other register, who have now sucked into the uncomfortable silence, I decided that I should alleviate the tension by saying, "You can't wait for a watch, you don't have the time." And then he said, "Oh, quick girl," and gave me the pen, got out of line, and left without ordering anything. You pleased a mad fey trickster. Microsoft mandates return to office, claims Teams and all remote work solutions are inferior. Imagine being on the Teams team and getting the Teams team call that your team needs to work on Teams on site because working on Teams isn't a good way to work on Teams. Been thinking about moving to a steampunk world. Hey, Krongus, get over here. I want to attach some gears to you. Krongus has arrived. Boom. How do you feel, Krongus? Krongus feels thematically appropriate. Cheerio, old chap. We're going to be taking this uplink to Old Queen Corchster. I'm Steampunk now. A perfect world where people go to play mini golf and say to each other, "So, if this is mini golf, then what's golf?" And no one knows because golf hasn't existed for hundreds of years at that point. They've reinvented golf from mini golf, and what they come up with involves rolling beach balls through a theme park. I want to play maxi mini golf so bad I could barf. Welcome to my new giant golf course, Gapping Meadows. Chris, if your brother's going to DPS for us, I need you to get his ping down. Frankly, it's embarrassing. Really says you need to get your ping down if you're DTF. Chris did that on purpose. Dude, it's almost time to step on a crunchy leaf. Scientists found a cure for fascism. Why am I guggling so hard? The cure to fascism is politically motivated threats of brutal violence? That's literally fascism. Yeah, remember how we defeated fascism in World War II through polite conversation? What's so concerning about 1/3 of Gen Z is they're too scared to say words like, "I can't say that on YouTube, I can't say that on YouTube, and I can't say that on YouTube," and instead use corny euphemisms, even when not on TikTok. While another 1/3 will say slurs as if they're regular words. Yeah, we're not really a consistent generation when it comes to swears. It is increasingly obvious that most people have no idea how to indicate an illness is slowly killing someone without making them cough up blood. No matter what it is or if it has anything to do with your respiratory system, if you're dying, you're coughing up blood. Parents found out about tuberculosis and were like, damn, this slaps. We've been stuck with it ever since. Fictional characters coughing up blood is highly appealing. It's also really dramatic. My opinion is, if you're going to gift books, don't gift freshly bought, sparkling, untouched, new book smell ones. Get your old, worn out books. The ones with tattered covers, scribbles in the margins, dog-eared pages, and maybe a coffee stain or a dried tear somewhere in there. Then you're not gifting a book, you're gifting something you've cherished. Something that has been with you for a while. It's like, hey friend, this is a part of my soul. Take it. I feel like this only works if you are also a book lover. Those predator hunters are so effective at stopping predators that they let the predators run home like defeated villains in an 80s cartoon after recording themselves beating them up. I'm sure there's people who genuinely care about the safety of children and aren't doing it for views or attention. It really does depend on which one. Some of them do actually work with the police now. It's shockingly effective, but at the same time, there's a lot of grifters there too. Me, when a sci-fi introduces a desert location. Show me the worm! Giant sandworm bursts from the ground. Yes! True old philosophy, except whatever the heck Diogenes was trying to teach. In a rich man's house, there's no place to spit but his face. Direct action. Today I learned there's no physical description of Jesus in the Bible. False. Luke 2:52. He's larger than a baby. By the description of him driving moneylenders from the temple, we can also tell he fits inside the temple, which gives us an upper boundary as well as a lower boundary on his size. It has been said Jesus Christ was larger than a baby, but smaller than a temple. Got catcalled while sorting the recycling. Number one, weird time to do it. I'm trying to concentrate here. The cardboard's wet. Can I still recycle it? I'm making critical judgment calls, man. And number two, I don't think he expected me to be standing there sorting for as long as I was because he quietly left soon after. I'm sick and tired of people pretending that burger isn't delicious just to clown on Americans. Americans deserve the ridicule, but why is the burger catching strays? Burger did nothing wrong. Okay, I'll go screw myself, but the horse I rode in was just doing his job. When people have horrible takes on your favorite thing, but hating it is popular, so can't do anything but suffer. Whenever someone makes a post about headcanon a character as trans, people act like it's some sort of affront, and I struggle to figure out why. I mean, I know it's transphobia to some degree, but even in notably queer fandoms, people seem to bristle at the idea that their favorite character might not be cisgender. On the Deltarune subreddits alone, I've witnessed 2 separate trends play out sparked only by someone making a post/theory about a character potentially being trans. People were so desperate to disprove the first one that the discussion went on for so long that it ended up becoming a meme within the community. The second was newer, and as recent as today, saw a comment calling the theory an attack on effeminate men. Words that I also have seen used to justify misgendering Bridget from Guilty Gear, a character who is canonically trans. Something similar could be said for Yamato from One Piece, who is canonically transgender, and yet people constantly try to disprove his gender identity. So I find myself wondering why some people have such a problem with fans even headcanoning or theorizing or even just discussing the idea that a character might be transgender. I just can't understand the reasoning. A quick special thanks to Willow, our glass sailor, who has officially donated to help me afford to make more of these. If you want to have your name at the end of these videos, feel free to donate as well to my membership program. These are the prices. First one, Glass Passenger, it's just full on. You get videos a week early and technically get emojis and loyalty badges, but I don't even know how that works, so you're on your own for that. Or Glass Sailor, in which case you also get a shout out like Willow did.